Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the dining room. You've not been here before, have you? Right, because the weather's horrible outside and most of the jobs have been done, I thought, seeing as these need doing, I could show you what they are, how I've made them, and how you go around bottling up. These are flavoured alcohols. Now I do these for Christmas and give them away as presents, and they're very simple to do using plants you can pick in the hedgerows or things you've grown. This one on my right is sloe gin. You can pick those from the hedgerows. This one is Christmas rum. So this is more of a mix of things, spices and fruit flavours that way. These three I don't have a clue. So labels are important, honestly. So I think this one is citrus whiskey. One of them might be rhubarb vodka, and I haven't got a clue what the other one is. I made these a year ago and then forgot about them. So yeah, so these three I'll do later, and I will figure out what they are. These two will get on and bottle. I will leave the recipes down below. When you're using fruit, just simple fruit, blackberries, loganberries, currants, sloes, you can use a certain amount of fruit to a certain amount of alcohol and a certain amount of sugar, and that is just standard for those. It's normally used to be a pound of fruit to a bottle of alcohol to a pound of sugar. That's quite sweet. So plus you can't find 75 litre bottles nowadays. They're actually quite large. They're about a litre bottle, or a half-litre bottle, a litre bottle. So I tend to do them with litre bottles now. And you can use the cheapest of alcohols, because with the adding of the fruit and the sugar, they're a lot sweeter. I mean, my husband doesn't like gin, but he loves the sloe gin. And with the sugar, you can add as much or as little as you want, depending on your taste. With the sloe gin, I add quite a lot, but with the citrus whiskey, I add very little. It's just how you want it to do. So I picked loads of sloe gins, loads of sloes rather. Now the sloe comes from the blackthorn bush, and you'll see them in February or the beginning of March flowering in the hedgerows, and they've got white flowers. They're one of the first fruit to flower and one of the last to fruit, because normally the fruits you want to collect in October time. So it's quite a long season. But you get your fruit, you give them a good wash, pick out the bad ones. Goes with all of the same with the fruits. You pick out the bad ones, and then I tend to freeze them. The old recipes I had said you had to go over and prick each one with a pin, and I thought, yeah, no. But if you freeze them, that will split the skins and let the juice run, because that's what you want to do. You want to get the juice out of all of them. Things like blackberries, you can just squash them slightly. When they're fresh, they're quite squashable. Other bits and pieces, if they're hard, stick them in the freezer for a bit and then use them. If they're soft, you can just use them straight from the bush, so long as you've cleaned them and sorted them out. And then you add the appropriate amount of vodka, or gin in this case. I will leave the recipes for the citrus whiskey, the sloe gin, and the Christmas rum in the descriptions below, because they're very good. They're the ones that I make a lot of the time. I'll just move this over here. Now, the first thing, I don't know if you can see this, but the top layer, because it's been sitting for quite a while, this is really clear. Now, what you want to do when you're bottling is, it'd be nice to give your family members nice, clear liqueurs, because this is basically what you're trying to do. So the first thing to do is to get the fruit out. So we have a big pan. This is one of my bigger pans that I use for making jam and big stews. A colander that fits in. And then you want to do this slowly, because if anything's settled to the bottom and stuck to the bottom, you want to leave that there if you can. What's the betting I get most of this over the side? There we go. There. There we go. I was surprised. I was expecting some form of sort of like sludgy sediment in the bottom. So, now I have given this a quick wash around the top because you don't really want, these are very dusty, you don't want dust and rubbish falling in there. Now because this is so clean, I'm just going to go give this a swill out and I'll reuse it to put that back in. You could use new ones. I mean, if you've got a clean one already, you could use that. If it's beautifully clear, you could just bottle it. I think that's what I'm going to do next. Once it's in here, I shall bottle it. But I'll be back in a bit. Well, there we go. I gave the outside a good scrub to get all the last little bits off to see if there was anything stuck on the inside, and there wasn't. So I'm very pleased with that. I brought another bowl. So I'm going to put those in there. There's a few little bits and pieces in there. Oh, strong, but not many. So one funnel to put it back in. And then there we go. There are a few little bits and pieces in here, but nothing horrible. Right. Oh dear, that does smell good. So I don't know if you can see, but that's beautifully clear. So there we go. And the last thing is to bottle it. I've got some flip top brown bottles. I'll go and get some in a minute. And then all we need to do is stand this a bit higher and yeah, I'm surprised. I thought I was going to do a lot longer here. Right, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, 6 half-litre bottles, brown bottles. They don't have to be brown, but that's what I had, with these swing flip corks. Very strong swing flip corks. You don't have to buy these. You can do crown cork beers, however you want to keep them, screw tops, but I do find these are nice. These are reusable and you can rebuy the little orange plastic bits if they get broken or something. Now if I wasn't making a video to show you how to do this, I would keep the demijohn on here and I would have a stool that I would have put the bottles on below and that way you get the siphoning action. But here is said stool. This is my decorating and everything stool, and I'll put the demijohn up there. Now you use gravity when you're siphoning, and I know of no other way to do this, so there we go. There you go, so 6 bottles. Somehow this has had its cork put on the wrong way round, so you have to take the cork off and redo it. But that one didn't quite fill up, that's sort of here at the moment, but you can add a bit of the others and keep that for yourself. So that was 6 half litres, so 3 litre out of that. Right, labels. Labels are very important. So I'm going to sort this bottle out, sort out the labels, and then we'll get back to do this one, because this one I think will be a bit more sedimentary. See you in a bit. Well, apart from those bits at the bottom, I am again really surprised. I'm pleased that went so quickly. I should go get some bottles. Right, there you go. So I've got 6 full bottles and possibly 1.5 bottles left in the demi-john. Put the lid on. And all of the equipment I've used today, you'll be able to get into a homebrew shop or off Amazon. But that's it. Now, like I said, I'll leave the recipes in there. And if you want to see me deal with these, leave a note in the chat and I'll get round to these, because these have got quite a bit of sediment in the bottom. So there you go, that's that for today. Fun thing you can do with alcohol for Christmas. Oh yeah, please drink responsibly, and I'll see you soon.